Oh, good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm rosboundy, psychic medium, bringing you the daily card spread reading. Today it's not lenormand, it's going to be the Kipper deck. I've decided I'd love to do the Kipper deck on weekends just to extend our knowledge and interest a little bit more differently. Well, and the focus, I suppose, on something newer, on some. Sorry. That's gone out of focus, hasn't it? Oh my goodness, let me have a look. Wipe its nose. Has it gone in focus? No. Oh, goodness. The technology is a bit slow now. The computer system I have is getting older. Oh, what can I say? I don't know. I just noticed as I was coming in that one of my cameras has even gone Dudley. It's decided to be a bit of a non-existent link, so I'm going to dive into the back here. I know you guys understand me and my buttons and what I do. Just going to take it out and put it back in again, because it might be just that it needed to have a re-plug-in. Let me see if that works, and we can see if it does. Yes, there it does. Sometimes it just needs to be plugged in differently, and here we are. Gorgeous. There's the weather today. Instead of actually giving you a verbal weather report, and I've got things just not showing up as they should. This is a bit weird, and I like the round shape of the picture in picture. There we go. So here I am up in the sky. You're getting a bit of the back end of how my live stream's working. There I am in a big circle. There we go. And that's my bird bath. And look, the gardener got held up because of ill health. So the lawn hasn't been mowed. The weeds haven't been done over near the bird bath. And look at that wonderful plant, that succulent type thing. If you can hear anything in the background, it's Oreo getting comfortable on the buffet below my feet. He hasn't quite nested in his comfy spot yet. And I'm waiting for... Oh, good. He's just done it. Is that sorted? Is it quiet now? Isn't it a beautiful looking day? That's my front yard. I love looking out at that in the mornings. So beautiful. And yeah, grey skies. It's going to have some rain again, I think. So who knows what I'm going to end up doing today. But I came on a little earlier today. It is Saturday the 6th of September. It is September. Spring, you'd think so with the weather outside. And I've just got a story I want to write. So I wanted to get into it, and I thought, no, I can't do that, because last night what happened was I got into story writing, learning writing, and I totally forgot the time and almost that it was a Friday. And I have been getting back into doing the Friday frolics and fun or whatever it is with the cards. And I forgot. So apologies to those who tried to dial in. Thank you, Michaela, for reminding me and saying you tried. I'm so sorry. I'm going to do that tonight. It'll be a Grand Tableau demo or something similar. Look, we'll create something that is fun. And that will be 7 o'clock to roughly 8 o'clock tonight. Advert over. Goodness. What we're here for is the cards for today, the Kipper deck that I'm going to use, and it is, guess what? It's this one, the Siren Song. It's a deck that I really love. I haven't even done the spread yet because I was eager to show you the cover of the box. And here we have the guidebook, which I use for this one, because it's such a nuanced interpretation that comes with this book, as in specific to the theme of the nautical and the sirens of the sea. As you can tell, it's very nautical, it's mermaidy. They are called sirens in the lore of old as such. So here we go. That's what's inside the cover. A beautiful key. So may the siren's song guide you away from rocky shores and and lure you into the dazzling depths of your own truth and mystery. Because sometimes the reading at a distance and through a screen is not the easiest. This is the Lenormand deck, just the sample card that's on top for the Lenormand, and that's the anchor. And this is the Kipper deck, and this is the sample that we're going to use this one, and this is occupation. So let's get into taking this particular deck out, shuffling, and using this for our reading today. Okay, so while I'm shuffling, I'll just put that there because it's too hard at an angle. So I've done the 3 shuffles there for clearing the deck. Whoops. And of course I've dropped one. And I've got to be very careful where I put my rollers of the chair. And because I have rolled over cards previously when I wasn't careful enough in where it landed. So here we go. I've got there. I'm just going to knock them 3 times, and the cards for today. There we go. So here we go. Kipper deck. The first one is Deep Thoughts, Wealth, and Siren. Oh my goodness. Let's have a look. Technically, as far as all of this goes, the way I'm doing this is so totally not within how you do a good live stream, turning my back and side to you and all sorts. But we're here and I'm having fun because I know what I'm going to be heading into doing shortly. I'll line that up a little more perfectly, I hope. Let's see if it is. It may not be. And I get myself a pointing stick, which for today is this beautiful letter opener. Every time I use this, I just think of my dad and the time that he spent at this desk as I'm speaking. The thoughts going through the head, isn't it? So what we have today is Deep Thoughts, card 16, as our theme today. We have card 11, Wealth, is in our home space, and we have card 1, the Siren, as our work card today. Oh my goodness, I really do not know. I'm going to have to move these up because otherwise my pointer is going to end up off the table. So, I need to be mindful of where I'm positioning things as well. So here we go. And I do like them to touch if they can, but we're not going to have that today. They don't want to. They're just saying be close, not having to touch. Okay, now let me check the comments. I might have someone here already. Thank you so much for watching in the replay. For those who didn't make it or didn't get a notification, I'm not going to apologise for the Facebook way of doing things because they're beyond apology. We just know it's crap. Oh, I didn't say that. Did I say that? Yes. But it's a space where many of us gather. And it is still fun for those occasions where we are communicating with each other like we do. I'm just loving the lessons, the course platforms that I'm using through the school, SKOOL. I think anyone that goes onto that type of a platform where you've got community as the background of it, I think is wonderful. That's why I'm starting my own and have it, and I should really get you the link for that because I do have it here somewhere and put that into the comments. What I might just do before we head on is to actually just go to that particular community and give you the link. Put it there to join the community. It's free. I'm building it as a free community, and there will be some courses in there eventually. It's when I get around to it, it's one of those funny things that we can be so involved in what we do that there's many things that we don't get around to because of, I suppose it's time constraints. But it's, how active we get in various areas of what we're doing. Like last night, you just forget to look at the little details, etc., and make sure things are working right. So here we go. That's the link, and it's the raw link too into that free community that I'm building that is Reading the Cards with Ros. That's the name of the community. I couldn't think of anything else more inventive. Or the Cards with Ros. Actually, I can't remember what I've called it. now that I've put it there, it is called, oh yes, it is, Reading the Cards with Ros. That is the community that I've started there. Have a look around and put some comments in if you decide you'd like to join in. Anyway, I do have to approve you because I just don't have everyone and anyone coming in because I've been caught with spam. Well, I can see that other places do get caught with spam too. So I don't want that happening. Okie doke. So all the links are in that I need, and I'm just going to write a good morning to everyone. Whoops, everyone. That's what you get when you're typing as you're speaking. A few different things. I'm going to turn over now. We are here at the Deep Thoughts card 16. So with this card, what we're seeing, I'm just trying to find where the kipper is. There we are. So Deep Thoughts, I've got it there. Deep Thoughts. Okay, the key words for this, actually is romance, thoughts, and plans. So if you've got romance uppermost in your mind and intentions, look at that. Good keyword, as a theme even. So thoughts and plans, strategies, intentions, ideas, inspiration, introspection, paralysis, analysis. Oh wow, some wonderful words there. For me, I woke up with ideas, and there's some ideas I want to write a book with, for writing books and stuff. Oh goodness, got to get going on it. So excitement for my day today. Okay, let's go to the interpretation. So, to see or not to see, that is the question posed by this deep thinking card, sometimes over and over and over. Deep thoughts isn't typically a person. It has more to do with the hamster wheel in your head that keeps turning and turning. If your question is romantic in nature, like, will my siren ever love me more than his mother? What a weird question. Anyway, then look at the card's directional cue. And this is where it's referencing that grunter blow. So I'm going to tonight we might have a look at that with the kipper deck. We might even do it with this particular kipper deck. We'll have a look. Anyway, look at the card's directional. And in this respect, usually you're pointing left. This way is past. This way is future. And if there's no directional cue, then it's just in the now. So this one is the deep thoughts are looking more towards the past, referencing here. Okay. So the answer will lie in the card above and to the left. So it is looking more at what is the left card being the wealth or the home space. It's looking at both of those for us. So deep thoughts can also highlight the not so cool runnings of infatuation when we're first bitten by the love bug and go a little insane in the process. As we all know, and if it's been a while since you felt that bite of being in love, just take your thoughts back to that. Could be we're needing to do a bit of remembering today. As we all know, dear diviner, too many deep thoughts can leave us befuddled, kaleidoscope-eyed, confused, and stuck. So sometimes deep thoughts in this is the kipper's heads up to leave the musty confines of our mind. So how do you leave the musty confines of your mind? Is it meditation? Hypnosis? There's different ways. Deep thoughts will also expose the deepest, innermost thoughts, but whose? So if the card's close to a siren, and look at what we've got. We actually have the siren card here today. If it's close to a siren, then these thoughts belong to you. Right, the querent, and that is you, okay, as well as probably the siren. I don't know, sometimes it does take interpretation, doesn't it? If not, then look around for your siren's partner. Well, we haven't got that, so that doesn't matter. So then, and this is comparing to other cards. On rare occasion, when deep thoughts is a person, then it refers to a brainy professional such as an architect, rocket scientist, psychologist, writer, or a high-functioning sociopath. Oh my goodness. An interesting interpretation for that particular card, deep thoughts. what I'm gaining from that myself is really being able to spend some time that is, and what we can see here is how relaxed this particular person is in this image. They're relaxed back into a comfortable chair of some sort. It looks almost like a opal, the clamshell, half clam type of thing. He has a book in his hand, so maybe there's a journal that he's writing in and he's gone back to some old thoughts, to something that is bringing him some time for reflection. We have got what almost looks like a cupid and his arrow up there in a cuttlefish or jellyfish or something type of a pose there. Hard to know without getting it up. Let me have a look. I'm going to lift that. I think the detail for this one is relevant. So have a look. Let's see if we can actually focus that particular point. And yes, it is actually a cupid with his arrow. And here we have the gentleman who is relaxed on a, it almost looks like the cane type chair. But of course it's in nautical sense. There's the book and the camera is not going to focus really well. But it brings that to mind of taking your time and putting the mind into that space of thinking deeply about something through the day. Allow that. Give yourself the time. Make the time. And we'll move over now to the wealth card that is here. I'm just pointing to. I'm just going to, this letter opener is not easy to pick up, so it's flat-ended. So I'm going to just move it on the table and point to the corner. Oh, God, it's fiddly. I do definitely like the eye pencil best. Oh, goodness, Grizzy on the replay. Oh, gee, I hope I've pronounced that right. Dear Roz and all in the chat, good morning, good evening. Good evening for you and all in the chat. I missed you live by a minute. No, I'm still doing it live. Hilda, I am here. And I got home shortly before midnight after a busy day volunteering and checked Facebook. Oh, wonderful. The live yesterday or the live last night that was meant to be, or the live now? I am live still. Thank you for being here, Hilda. Lovely. Lovely to see you. Now, the wealth, card number 11 in our home space. This is going to be very interesting to marry these three cards in a summary afterwards, I feel. Very interesting. So the wealth has the keywords of, obviously, it's going to be money, gain, abundance, and materialism. So maybe it is a day that we are feeling like we need to be delving into that is our physical material world. When you see wealth, you might initially think, oh, should I sit down for this? Have I just come into a mess of money? Is this predictive of a sudden and glorious upturn? Well, if this is the case, how would you feel? Fortunate, secure, palpably more confident? Exactly. That's the central energy of wealth. It's a card that can speak more about the feeling or a condition of abundance, the security and welfare that it creates, whether the context is financial, romantic, emotional, or work-related. So wealth allows the querent, you, to bask in good fortune and live comfortably. Sexy, serene, happy, wealthy, or wise, you will benefit from a tangible increase of security in some area of your life. So and here's another one I thought, oh, interesting, because we've got the siren in the spread. Should wealth land close to the siren, well, it's only a card away, anticipate wealth and abundance. While it heralds a sudden improvement, it isn't typically one that's entirely unexpected like a lottery. You might already be out on the Bering Sea and hit pay dirt with the lucrative haul of kingfish, or king crab, sorry. These monetary rewards are a return on an investment of hard work and planning. And guess where the siren is? In our workspace. So synchronistic and interesting this is. So the rest of it we can ignore because it's the further away from the siren that is not relevant here, I don't feel, because that's the grand tableau. The card can warn of, being well, it can mean be careful of the excess and overindulging too much in a good thing, okay? But we've got this in the home space, and I feel that with this, what we're doing is looking at what our situation is currently, presently, how we feel about it from the interpretation we've been given here, but also that there is more than just the material abundance. There is that is our emotional and our health as a wealth, and connecting it all together to just feel in that essence of abundance in all things. So take time to really think of we've got deep thoughts here. Really think and feel into what wealth is meaning for you in your home space. And now we're going to move over into the workspace with the siren. And oh wow, whoops, I dropped the book. Sorry about that. So here we have, when I get to the page that is the siren number 1, oh, goodness gracious. And we will be doing it. We'll be having a look at this one tonight. Yes, we will. I'll just show that to you in a minute. So the sirens 1 and 2. So siren 1, this one is the masculine, the querent. It's about you, male or female. So it is you, the siren. The querent, male or female. It's the significator card for anyone identifying today as either the female or the male. We've got the male here, so it is more the masculine energy of that is within you. So, oh God, I don't really need to read all of that out, but do I? No, I just answered that. Oh, look, I will, because it's here and I'm using the guidebook. Is that okay? Hilda, golly, I must be tired. I like that. Yeah, but it's your early morning. Is it round about the midnight, like after midnight you mentioned? So, it is past sleep time, isn't it? But it's funny. Golly, you must be tired. Yeah, I'm here, Hilda. I'm up in the corner. I'm not using the pointer very much because it's so hard to pick up from the table, unfortunately. Okay, back to normal. Here is the siren card. I'll read what it has. Siren 1 is the significator card for anyone identifying as male. Siren 2 then appears as his actual life partner, male or female, regardless of gender, or it signifies an other, the most influential person in the querent's life within the set context and time scale, which is this spread. Likewise, if the querent identifies as female, then Siren 2 is her significator. Siren 1 then appears as her partner card, male or female, or it signifies an other, someone who is a key role in the querent's divination, such as a boss, family member, friend, neighbour. So it could indicate that for us today. So the partner siren could also be a longed-for love that's still out at sea. The neighbouring cards can reveal whether this future relationship is on a past or slow course toward the querent and what's still floating between them. So depending on what question you have uppermost in your mind, but the fact that this is in what I've been using as this spread for a few years now, the theme here, the home space and the workspace, this is relevant for the male, a male, or the masculine part of yourself in the workspace. Okay? So we're having that sense of, goodness gracious, we are going to have deep thoughts today. The siren here is pointing, as far as the directional, he is pointing to the left. So it's past situations and thoughts. So it's looking at the deep thoughts and the wealth coming in. So as a sentence, we can look at this in our workspace as being, well, the masculine is about the more practical planning, doing, getting some action happening, and also taking the time to get that planning through, or that whatever we need to be feeling into as the past energies. What have we learnt to be able to bring it into that is our now in the workspace? what have we learnt from our past experiences? What are the deep thoughts that we're going to be thinking that could bring about even more of that rewards for our work, to bring it back into our home space, to continue living comfortably with security, with abundance in our home space. So we've got a wonderful sentence here as far as that from our workspace, that we are going to be taking some time to deeply put into place those thoughts, think through, create more that is going to come back into the workspace to generate and create more. From that is going to be, we need to spend the time with thinking about something that's going to give us that security of income. That is, if you're owning your own business, to build and create more of a solid base, put some standard operating procedures in place, or look at them again and renew, bring them up to date, because there is so much now in our world that is changing, especially from what we use as our technology having a bigger and bigger influence, and that is including, and definitely is, the artificial intelligence. Is it intelligent? All those large language models and the things we're starting to rely on for our searches and all that stuff, that is becoming more of an emphasis and controlling factor and fear for many people. Okay, that we are starting to bring in a reliance on it. I say, put our deep thoughts back into how we are using our technology, how we personally, each and every one of us, don't rely on it. It's a good tool, but that in itself has only harvested from the intelligence of whatever is searchable on the worldwide net. You know, it is a huge net. How artificially intelligent, how intelligent actually is it? Because all it is, it still comes down to noughts and ones as binary code. Okay. And I could have been saying all that, talking to you, with you, but that's okay. Spend some time today in thought, really do some deep thinking around what your theme of life is, the feeling that you can gather for yourself, no matter how poor or wealthy you are. When you look at that home card of wealth, it's not always about money and financial situations. It's about the abundance that we have. How do you feel? How are you acting or reacting to what is your life situation? Put it into play, that you start the perspective of being in abundance and moving forward, and with gratefulness, gratitude, consideration for how lucky, well, is it luck? How we are in our space and how we're learning and growing from that, because it's all that learning experience. And moving into, what is that workspace that we are there? That's the siren. That is us. We are in the workspace specifically today. So I'm going to be putting it to work, doing some writing. I love I'm getting excited about it, story, and how we can create. And we are the ones who have the key to doing that for ourselves. Not just storytelling, but creating our life story, in taking those moves that we need to as we're growing and learning and being ourselves, our uniqueness, isn't it? So, Michaela, hello, lovely. And to all, thank you so much, Michaela. And so sorry I didn't get on last night. That was an oopsie. Beautiful emojis. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's wonderful to have you here. Yes, you've come in just at the end because I'm just finishing up. So you may need to go back to watch from the start. And Hilda, yes, binary ones and noughts, and these computers and services are programmed by humans, yes. And that's probably more the intelligence, is the fact that how have all of these creations come together over time when we look at what is our pathway that's been seen as from the Neanderthals and the caveman, and growing into all of those different stages and eras of progress and development. and being to where we are now and how fast it seems to be speeding up, even in that development. You know, from learning to write on cave walls to now having ones and noughts, creating all of the processes that we use as part of our everyday lives. It's amazing how a human brain, in multitudes of teams through the eras, really, because it's never a single idea that would take off. We've learnt from someone, somewhere, from something, which, you know, computing on putting into that realm. We continue to learn, keep learning and understanding that it isn't this that's in front of us as far as the tools and everything. It comes back to how we are learning from that and how we are thinking it through and acting or reacting. You know, put the thought into all those processes, how we even use our bodies in our own mini universe, this body that I am living in as, you know, soul in a body. Great day for it. We've been given the message from Spirit, haven't we? And Michaela's saying, yes, I might need to replay. I'm hoping I haven't gone on for too long. I'm getting excited to go and do the writing today. So thank you for the message to ponder upon. Have a great day. You're going to sleep now, and have a beautiful sleep with wonderful dreams, Hilda. Be in peace through your sleep. Thank you for joining. It's so lucky that you have. Well, I do. I consider it lucky. Thank you. So on that note, I'm going to say goodbye. So keep being the best you that you can be. And until tomorrow, namaste.